Okay, I would like to call this meeting to order. May I have a roll call?
Director Baker,
Here.
Director Burris,
Here.
Director Case,
Here.
Director Foley,
Here.
Director Mendieta Ramos,
Here.
Director Maura Makunde,
Here.
Director Najib,
Here.
Director Owen Moore, Director Pence.
Here.
Are we in compliance with the open meetings law?
Yes, we are in compliance.
Okay, and we do have public comments. So board policy A0107 states, no person may speak more than once to an issue or for a period longer than 5 minutes, except upon the consent of a majority of the district board. No more than 3 people may be heard to one side of an issue, except upon the consent of a majority of the district board. So I have 6 people signed up. We can start with Christine Neumann-Ortiz.
Hi, hello, everyone. Hello, President and members of the Milwaukee Technical College Board of Directors. As an organization, Voces de la Frontera advocates for both workers' rights and civil rights of the Latino community and other oppressed groups. And we are here, myself and other members of Voces, to appeal to the leadership of both this board and President Cruz to really correct what I see as a very disturbing pattern of discrimination and retaliation against Latino staff and the Latino community. If MATC aspires to be a Hispanic serving institution that champions the success of Latinos in higher education, it is critical to address the institutional problems that exist and that are ongoing. Earlier this year, Voces came to the board to support English as a second language classes that were being cut by not hiring more staff, despite there being a high demand. These ESL programs have been a stepping stone for many Latinos and immigrants into higher education and MATC's bilingual classes and programs as they develop their skills in both languages. At that time, the board played a very constructive role in addressing and correcting these problems. And once again, we are here to appeal to the board and the president to ensure that we have institutionalized leadership, structure, and clear metrics that clearly values and promotes talented Latino staff internally, and to ensure that we protect and grow the high quality English as a second language and bilingual programs here at MATC. Specifically, there are 4 things. One is that right now, we're very concerned that bilingual courses at MATC are being taught by instructors who do not speak Spanish. These programs are being advertised as bilingual classes. By offering these classes with instructors that are not bilingual, this sets up students for failure. And it's also upsetting when students walk in and expect instruction in both languages. We're also aware for some time now that there have been issues with Latino and African-American staff that have been expressing deep concerns about a culture of retaliation and discriminatory practices at MATC against those who speak out constructively on the direction of the institution. MATC also needs to prioritize the growth and promotion of experienced internal employees who are already aligned and committed with the institution's goals, particularly in bilingual education assignments. We also are here to affirm the need to protect and expand the successful Latino programs such as Adelante on public television. Many years ago, when I worked at MATC as a coordinator of the high school equivalency program, it was my pleasure to witness a culture at MATC that included strong, high-level leadership that championed bilingual education and ESL and a robust and creative approach to these programs and services. I don't need to tell you that the Latino community is the largest growing community demographic in our state, and that these programs are essential to really develop folks to be able to not just develop themselves, but to also enter into important positions that are needed in a very tight labor market, and to really move people out of poverty. This institution is critical to moving people of color that have been disenfranchised, Latinos and others, out of poverty. It's a very important institution. It is tragic that we're not tapping into those individuals, some of which have left, and that also there has been a steady erosion of these programs. This is really a lack of vision and experience, and it's needs to be, the approach to correct this really needs to be institutional. And we're here to once again appeal to the board and to the new president for your intervention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Patricia Gomez.
Dear MATC District Board members, my name is Patricia Gomez, and I am a television journalist, director, producer, and host at Milwaukee PBS. I have dedicated over 25 years of my career to Milwaukee Technical College and Milwaukee PBS channels 10 and 36. I appreciate your attention to the following concerns, which will be echoed by other individuals present today who will speak about similar challenges with MATC administration that extend beyond Milwaukee PBS and impact students and employees through the entire institution. On Friday, October 18, 2024, Carlos Aranda and I met with Milwaukee Area Technical College President Anthony Cruz, who is already aware of some of the issues we presented to him and that I am now sharing with you. I want to highlight the importance of our program Adelante, which translates to moving forward. This Milwaukee PBS television show serves the Latino community in southeastern Wisconsin, celebrating our cultural contributions and addressing our needs. Founded 25 years ago by visionary Latinos, it was established to give voice to an underserved community. Unfortunately, our show's annual productions have been drastically reduced from 32 episodes a year to just 12. I urge this board to restore our previous airtime and resources so we can once again produce a weekly program with limited airtime. Our ability to inform and serve our community is severely hindered. Moreover, I respectfully ask you to address the hostile work environment at our television station. We must put an end to the harassment, discrimination, retaliation, and bullying that women and people of color have faced under both past and current administrations. In my recent performance review, I received low scores that have placed me on an action plan for alleged poor performance. Notably, this evaluation was conducted by Milwaukee PBS Vice President Deborah Hamlet rather than my direct supervisor, Interim Chief Content Officer Dale Palsek, which is contrary to past practices. I have filed a formal complaint, and I can demonstrate that the comments influencing my scores are not only misleading, but also untruthful. I respectfully request that the MATC District Board hold this action plan process, which I believe is retaliatory, unethical, and unlawful. For 25 years, I have been dedicated to the mission of MATC and Milwaukee PBS rather than serving the self-interest of certain MATC administrators. We continue to recruit supervisors. They continue to recruit supervisors focused on surveillance and punishment instead of supporting our students and community. This misdirection leads to a waste of taxpayer money, perpetuating a cycle of salary increases for those who do not create programs that break cycles of poverty and foster economic mobility for the most vulnerable. Under my leadership, along with my talented colleagues at Milwaukee PBS, our Adelante productions have received many prestigious awards, including 3 Emmys Awards and recognitions from the Milwaukee Press Club, Wisconsin Broadcasting Association, NIRA, and Imagen. Notably, during the same performance review period in which I received low scores, our Adelante production was honored with 4 awards. Our community is watching closely and demands that the MATC District Board take immediate action. Thank you for your attention to this critical matter. With faith and hope, I look forward to a renewed commitment to social justice for all. Thank you. You know, if I can turn this to everybody, or is a process for doing this one?
You can hand it to Bess. She'll make sure we get it. Thank you. Thank you. My apologies if I mispronounce Yimma Davila-Castro.
Good evening, members of the board, faculty, and administration. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Yimma Davila-Castro. I'm here not only as a business owner and professional, but as a proud former student of MATC, specifically a former bilingual student. I stand before you today because MATC holds a special place in my heart. It's an institution that provides me with the bilingual education I needed in my language and by educators who understood my culture. The combination was powerful. It was taught these bilingual courses that I truly found my voice and my confidence to pursue my goals. The bilingual courses I took at MATC were an incredible asset to me as a student. They provided an inclusive learning environment where I could fully engage in the material without the language barriers holding me back. These courses were taught by bilingual instructors who not only knew the subject matter, but also understood the cultural nuances that made the learning experience richer and more meaningful. I can say without a doubt that these bilingual educators were instrumental in my success. And I know that many students like me have similar experience. But I'm here today because I'm deeply concerned about the direction that MATC is taking with the bilingual education. In recent years, there have been decisions that undermine the very principles that made my experience so positive. Courses labeled as bilinguals are being assigned to instructors who do not speak the required languages, leaving students without the support they need to succeed. For example, as recently as August 14, 2024, the Psychology 199 bilingual session was assigned to a non-bilingual instructor. As just recently, the bilingual economics course was given to an instructor who does not speak Spanish, with the justification that the students could simply receive translation services. This is not a bilingual education. This is the service to the students and to the community. As a former bilingual student, I know firsthand how important it is to have instructors who can teach fluently in both languages. Translation is not a subtitle for a genuine bilingual learning experience. Our students deserve better. They deserve to have qualified instructors who can engage them fully in both languages and help them thrive in their studies. Beyond the mismanagement of the bilingual courses, I'm troubled by the reports of faculty retaliation and a toxic environment here at MATC. Teachers who are standing up for what is right, who are speaking out about the importance of properly staffed bilingual programs, are facing retaliation, harassment, and discrimination. This creates a culture of fear, where those who care the most about student success are being punished for speaking up. These institutions should be a place where diversity, equity, and inclusion thrive, where students and faculty feel safe to express their concerns without fear of retributions. Sadly, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Moreover, there are systemic issues with how MATC hires and promotes educators. I understand that highly qualified bilingual instructors are being passed over for teaching positions in favor of less qualified non-bilingual candidates. This not only harms our students, but also erodes the sense of fairness and integrity that MATC once stood for. It concerns me that hiring protocols are being violated, and it seems that discretionary power is being abused by some in leadership, leading to decisions that weaken the bilingual programs that are so crucial to many student success. What is more alarming that these decisions are having a direct impact on students and our community. MATC has long been a pillar of this community, particularly for those who rely on bilingual education. The decisions being made are now eroding the foundation of trust and support that so many students like me have built their futures upon. I urge the board and the administration to take immediate action. 1, ensure the bilingual courses are taught by qualified bilingual instructors. This is not just a matter of academic integrity, but a matter of student equity. Students who enroll in bilingual courses might have access to instructors who have provided them with education they deserve. Hold administrators accountable for their decisions. They must be oversight to ensure the discretion is not abused and that the best interests of the students and the community are prioritized. These include addressing the culture of retaliation that is affecting faculty and creating a hostile work environment. Respect and uplift internal talent. MATC has many experienced and qualified instructors who are ready to serve the community. These individuals should not be passed over in favor of external hires who may not understand the needs of our students or the mission of this institution. And the last one, establish clear consequences for harassment and discrimination. We cannot allow these behaviors to become normalized. Everyone from students to faculty deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. As a former bilingual student, I want nothing more than to see MATC continue to thrive as a leader in bilingual education. This institution gives me so much, and it has the power to do the same for countless other students. But that can only happen if we make the right decisions. Decisions that prioritize students, respect our educators, and uphold the institution's integrity. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Maria Gabriela Avila.
Good afternoon, members of the board, faculty, and administration. My name is Maria Gabriela Avila. I'm a current bilingual student of MATC. I'm a ESL student, and I'm studying interior design program. I'm also had the honor of serving on the board of directors of Latinos Unidos, a student organization here at MATC, where I work alongside many students to promote unity, support, and representation for our Latino community. Today, I stand here before you, not just as a student, but as someone who is deeply concerned about the recent decisions surrounding our bilingual education programs. I'm here to share my personal experience, bilingual instructors, and explain why it is important that MATC supports and promotes these teachers, not retaliates against them. Through my time at the MATC, I have been fortunate enough to learn from exceptional bilingual teachers like Luz Sosa in economics and Dr. Basabe in psychology. These teachers have gone above and beyond to provide a learning environment that bridges languages barriers, helping students like me feel understood, supported, and engaged in their classes. I wasn't just learning the material, I was truly absorbing it, because it was delivered in both English and Spanish, language that I speak who I am and to my culture. Their ability to teach bilingually made a real difference in my academic success. Luz Sosa has been an inspiring force in my education. Her dedication to bilingual students is unmatched, and her classes have helped me grow both academically and personally. Dr. Basabe in psychology also provide me with the tools to fully grasp complex concepts because he made sure to communicate in both languages, ensuring no student has left behind. These teachers didn't just teach, they empowered. But sadly, not all of my experiences at the MATC have been positive. I was excited to take sociology last semester, but I was disappointed to find out that I didn't have a bilingual teacher for that class. The course was taught by a non-bilingual instructor, and while the class itself was fine, the experience wasn't the same. I feel disconnected all the time, unable to engage fully in the material because I lacked the bilingual support that I had been so valued to me in other classes. That's why I'm here today. Our bilingual instructors are essential for the success of students like me. They provide a learning experience that goes beyond just translating words. They bring cultural understanding and empathy to the classroom. They know what it's like to navigate two languages and two words. And they help us do the same. So when I hear that bilingual courses are being assigned to non-bilingual instructors, people who can speak Spanish or fully engage with us. Sorry, is he okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I continue. People who cannot speak Spanish and fully engage with us in our native language, it worries me. It's not fair, sorry, to students, and it's not fair to the teachers who are more than qualified and ready to take on these courses. I'm almost done, I promise. I am particularly concerned because I know that some of the best bilingual teachers, like Luz Sosa, are being retaliated against for speaking up about these issues. Instead of being supported, they are being silent. Teachers like her who have dedicated their careers to making sure bilingual students have the sources we need and facing discrimination and retaliation, this is unacceptable. As a former board member of Latinx Unidos, I know firsthand how much our Latino and bilingual community depends on these teachers. MATC has responsibility to did I say right? If I don't say a wrong word, please let me know. And protect them, not push them out. When you take away the ability of students to learn from bilingual instructors, you're taking away your or ability to succeed at the highest level. I've seen the difference a bilingual education can make, and I know that my fellow students deserve the same experience. We need more teachers like Luz Sosa and Dr. Basabe, not fewer. We need to make, in a few words, we need to make the bilingual courses are taught by bilingual instructors, because that's how we thrive. And we need to stop pushing teachers who are standing up for what's right. I ask the board to protect and promote bilingual instructors like Luz Sosa, who have provided their dedication to bilingual students and who deserve opportunities for advance, not retaliation. Ensure that bilingual courses are assigned to truly bilingual instructors, those who can engage with the students in both English and Spanish and provide the level of education we need. And the retaliation and discrimination against bilingual instructors who advocate for their students. They are doing the hard work of creating equitable learning environments, and they deserve our full support. In closing, I want to thank the board of and administration for hearing me today. I love MATC, and I had some of the best learning experience here, thanks to my bilingual instructors. But I know we can do better. Let's make sure the future students can have the same excellent bilingual education that I was fortunate to receive. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Luz Sosa.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Esteemed members of the board, administration, and colleagues. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Luz Sosa, and I stand before you as the bilingual instructor who has proudly served at MATC for the last 13 years. During my time here, I've had the privilege of teaching a diverse group of students, many of whom rely on bilingual education to fully engage in their studies and reach their full potential. I'm passionate about my work, and I have always been committed to upholding the highest standards of education at this institution. However, despite my dedication, experience, and qualifications, I find myself facing barriers that prevent me from advancing within this institution. Over the past few years, I have faced retaliation for speaking out against issues that directly affect our students, faculty, and staff, particularly the Latino students, faculty, and staff, and I have experienced discrimination that has stifled my professional growth. As a bilingual instructor, I have consistently demonstrated my ability to teach courses in both English and Spanish. Yet, bilingual courses have been assigned to instructors who do not speak Spanish, depriving students of the quality of bilingual education that they deserve. When I raised concerns about this, I was met not with support, but with hostility. Instead of addressing the issue I was retaliated against, this retaliation took many forms: being overlooked for courses that I'm qualified to teach, being excluded from important discussions about the future of bilingual education, and most painfully, being denied opportunities for promotion to a permanent full-time position, despite my qualifications and years of service at MATC. These actions are not just personal grievances, they are a reflection of a broader systematic problem within the institution. Discretionary power is being misused to benefit certain individuals while harming others, particularly those who challenge the status quo and speak up for the needs of our students. It is disheartening to see how MATC has failed to create an environment where its employees, especially those of us who are bilingual and serve diverse communities, can thrive. Despite the institution's stated commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, the reality on the ground tells a different story. There is a culture of retaliation and discrimination here, one that affects not just me, but many of my colleagues. I'm not alone in facing these challenges. Many of my fellow bilingual and minority instructors have also been denied promotions, regardless of their qualifications. It is as if our contributions are seen as less valuable and our voices are intentionally silenced when we advocate for ourselves and our students. This is not just about missed opportunities, it is about the hostile and toxic environment that has been allowed to flourish here. In my case, formal complaints of discrimination and retaliation have been filed, but all of them were dismissed without meaningful investigation. It seems that protecting the administration has become more important than protecting the integrity of this institution,
or supporting those who are here to serve the students. Instead of upholding fairness, MATC has normalized discriminatory practices. The consequences of this are far-reaching. When qualified bilingual instructors are passed over non-bilingual instructors, it is our students who suffer the most. Our bilingual programs are supposed to be a bridge for students who navigate multiple languages and cultures. Without the proper support, those students are left behind, and the very purpose of bilingual education is undermined. Moreover, this failure to promote bilingual instructors does more harm to individuals like me. It weakens the institution as a whole. How can MATC claim to be a leader in bilingual education if it does not prioritize those who are most qualified to deliver that education? How can we truly serve our community when we do not reflect its diversity in our faculty and leadership? I am asking the board and administration today to take these issues seriously. Retaliation and discrimination must stop. We need clear policies in place to ensure bilingual instructors are given equal opportunities for promotion and that their concerns are addressed without fear of retribution. Stop the retaliation and harassment against bilingual and minority faculty members who advocate for students. Faculty should be encouraged to raise concerns, not punished for doing so. Promote qualified internal candidates who have demonstrated their commitment to this institution and its students. Too often, bilingual instructors are passed over in favor of external hires who lack the necessary experience and understanding of our community. Hold administrators accountable for their actions. Discretionary power should not be a tool for favoritism and discrimination. There must be transparency and fairness in hiring and promotions, particularly when it comes to bilingual education. Strengthen bilingual education programs by ensuring that only qualified bilingual instructors teach bilingual courses. Anything else is a disservice to our students. I love this institution. I'm proud to be part of MATC, and I want to see it live up to its full potential. But that cannot happen unless we address these deeply rooted issues of retaliation, discrimination, and exclusion. Our mission is to serve the community, and that includes creating an environment where all faculty, especially those of us who represent that diverse community, are supported and can grow. I thank you for your time and consideration.
Carlos Aranda?
Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm not gonna read the whole letter because I echo what Christine Neumann-Ortiz, Patricia Gomez, Luz Sosa, Yimma Davila and Maria Gabriela stated. I want to ask you to listen to this important request. I respectfully request your assistance in these important matters. We need an independent external investigation, forensic audit of all human resources, labor relation cases of discrimination, harassment, and retaliation at MATC. Independent external investigation, forensic audit into the human resources, hiring process, and HR consultants. Independent external investigation, forensic audit into the general counsel. Okay, open access to the records. To post the position of the VP or DI as soon as possible. To bring back AN and Luna to lead the restorative justice initiative to protect the integrity of this plan and save taxpayer money. I also request to stop the action plan that Patricia Gomez was put until an investigation is in place. Thank you. I'm gonna leave these letters to Elizabeth.
Thank you for addressing the board and sharing your concerns. The board will not be responding to any matter in adherence to the state of Wisconsin open meetings law. which prevents a governmental body from discussing any specific item that was not publicly noticed on the agenda. May I have a motion of approval for the minutes?
I'll move approval.
I have an approval by Director Baker and a second by Director Burris. Any concerns, questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I have a motion for approval of the consent agenda items?
So moved. I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Director Burris, a second by Director Baker. Any questions regarding the consent agenda items? Director Baker.
It's more or less a comment.
Yes.
I realize that we did pull the item on the employee recognition software, but I think it'd be great if we could just hear a little bit more from HR at a later date about sort of the thinking on where we are in this, and I don't know if that comes as a